Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. Hi, it's your host with the most, Nick Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Yeah, folks, I am way behind. I'm looking at 60 comments staring at me. But before we get into all that good stuff, we're going to talk about how I pay the bills. If I can find my pile of goodies under my research materials. I can find some of them. Nevermind the Furthermore, much like my other channels, is brought to you by Joe Bachman at joebachapps.com. It's also made possible by the sales of my books, The Simple Sword, The Fighting Axe, and the Big Stompy Robots line of games and novellas. I'll be doing more to highlight them, yet we are fast approaching one of my favorite times of the year. By the end of the week, it will be autumn. And while I will mourn the passing of summer because I've yet to be able to swim, which is not natural for me, I am very, very excited. My camera's at an interesting angle, isn't it? Let's just pull that over. That's better. That way, if something leaps out of the closet at me, at least you guys don't have to see the horror that I deal with. Now, it is a manic Monday. The storms have ran through, but we have made things all kinds of interesting. On the plus side, as a notice, Joe Bachman has been sent the link to my back seat. Wow, that sounded terrible. But so he should be able to take that over. My hair is an absolute disaster. We are rolling, and we weathered the storms all right thus far. We're going to keep popping and talking and trying to get everything going, but let's see what we've got. And I've got a comment dump before I even start comments. Yes. All righty then. Let's get all the way back up here. Woo! You guys have been talking. And that's what we want here, folks. We got a lot going on, a lot to talk about. And I am blazing towards some great things. We've got FezCon coming up. So very soon, it will be October 8th. And from 10 till 2, Brian K. Morris, yours truly, and at least Carl Witzman will be arrived. And my fez is on backwards. I'm missing pins. Guys, it's one of those days, but we're going to make it work. I know. Hard to take me seriously in my hat. Wait till you see my sales hat. But I need to know the important questions, how you guys are doing. I need to know your accountability, but because friends, have I got accountability for me? And we'll go. So while I wait for you guys to continue talking about your accountability, let's talk about mine so I can get that off my proverbial chest. This weekend was insane. I had my family briefly down. I expected it to be much longer. There was some car swapping and some emergency repairs, so I had to do some heavy work on that. But I have set up two new types of program for the Historical Fencing Guild as we go into the times where we can't fight and I'm between books where I need to reference things. The first one was Swash or Passe, where we held over on the Historical Fencing Guild. I had my loving guild members drop into the links a whole bunch of random swords and see if I would wield them or not, and why. Had a blast with it, and then a couple of them sent me some truly cursed swords, and I was wounded. A couple of them hurt my very soul, in that a couple of them were wonderful swords that somebody, take away their angle grinder. Just take it away. You don't know. No, you've bubbled it. People who study other weapon systems will know that. And I nearly wept. So naturally, because I am a glutton for punishment and I love my viewers, we have set up a cursed sword meme. So if you are interested in that, where you want to throw your cursed swords, the painfulest things you can find, there is a link to the folder on the Historical Fencing Guild public group. Now, I am waiting to find out if I get approved for my merch thing, after which I will be able to put out all sorts of merch, and I'm looking forward to that. I've been doing some writing in the background and the scratch practice for a couple of the big projects I have going. Next month, there is an art show I'm invited to, so I'm trying to crank out some homage to the Wu-Tang Clan art, and I will be putting more of that up. You guys will see it. I was working on some of it today. And yes, I found I'm a traditional artist, much more than digital. So I'm going to do, for my higher end stuff, do it traditional, photo it, clean it up, and then digitally make it sexy. I'm going to see how that works for me, kind of hybriding out. Writing wise, I am again at a wash for projects, so I have to prioritize. And some family issues that had came up scrambled my brain a bit, so we will see. But that's my base accountability, unless I'm forgetting something important. Oh, notice for people who live in my area, check any Amazon orders you have. Apparently an Amazon truck got hit, and a whole bunch of orders were rendered undeliverable. Thus far, it hasn't affected the books I ordered, so my copies of The Simple Spear. But I'm getting a lot of bounce back because I order a lot through Amazon. I had planned to review some trainers. I've had to rebuy them. Hopefully, I will get a decent refund in the near future. It's a big gobbledygook. If it came from some place called Shenandoah, I believe, spelled really weird, it might not be coming through. We're still not sure what that's about. So, authors, check your orders. Now, I'm going to clear out this new comment dump, and we're going to go right on through the chats. And anything you feel like talking about, let's hear what's on your minds. Joe Bachman, good morning, folks. Good morning, Joe. Glad to see you are in the house. We were chatting earlier. I really hope Joe can continue both his incredible construction career and his programming career, because we have dreams. And if not, that doesn't work out, if you're finding difficulty, I'm thinking about looking really hard at the Unreal Engine and seeing if I can learn that to do big stompy robots. And if I can't, maybe you can. It might be easier. We'll see. Howdy, folks. Morning, Richie. Boom. First morning after 2 weeks off of work. It feels like I'm moving through amber. Yeah, that's the downside of going back to work. Well, that and, the downside of getting time off. But I hope you're doing okay, Rich. Keep it up. And keep up your ride. Good morning. Please excuse my typing. I have a bushy cattail across the keyboard. I had Stuart the sword cat, but he's still having a little trouble adapting to the cat food versus just running around and killing whatever he wants and eating whatever he can catch. So occasionally Stuart smells like he like you would think Hooch from Turner and Hooch smells when he lets one rip. It's brutal, but he's cute, so he gets away with it. Hey, Joby, Rich and Coffee Bringer. And Coffee Bringer. Wow. Oh, crud. No, Carl, you better grab some coffee. I can take a hit. Back soon. And we got more greetings. Greetings tomorrow. Tomorrow will be mine. Oh, I'm sorry. I took that as Joe finally decided to do his villain arc. Yeah. Tomorrow will be mine and the wife's first day back after a brief bout of the virus that shall not be named. The My Sharona Miley Cyrus? Yeah. Hubert. We'll call it Hubert. Crud. Now I've named it. Have to put food and water out for it. Dang it, now I'll never get rid of it. Yeah, that's Dusty the outside cat. It's how we got Stuart in the first place. Glad she's well enough to go back to work. Hope she takes it easy. Doesn't relapse. Okay. All jests and insanity aside, Trey and Joey are literally always in our prayers. Just as a general base touch kind of thing. Yes, I'm glad it's going better. I hope she does well. We miss the heck out of you guys. And my schedule should be getting more interesting in the future. We can talk about things, but just seriously, be safe because I love you guys. I am totally unashamed to admit it. They are our mostly platonic polyclump thing, polycule, mostly platonic. Birthdays don't count. I'm kidding, y'all. Don't come at me. Yes, everyone, please get better. Good morning. Good morning, Michaela. Every time Michaela says good morning, I see her sashaying in like the dame coming in for to hire a PI for a job that's much more complex than it sounds and will likely get him knocked out a couple times. Anyway, yeah, I my mind is always on a film noir kick. It's just that's where it lives. Now we got to go find. Woo! No, I don't want to hide her current comment. It's by Anchor. Okay. Hey, Michaela. Hey, Donna. Donna sips her hot coffee. Good boy, Carl. That's right. You've pleased Mama. You've pleased Mama, Donna. Someone tells me today is going to be the day I want to reach past the water bottle for the bourbon. Ain't worth it. Just work through the annoying lawyers, make it home, rest, repeat. Hey, Michaela. Morning, Michaela. Everyone's greeting Michaela. Morning, Rich. Okay, greetings. Well, if you feel like we've already said more, okay, we did. I mean, shh. He's trying to get more time. Send an email to the lady in Wabash, Indiana about that book show. Ooh, yes, I've seen that. Yes, any authors in the Midwest that would like to be at the book signing on Small Business Saturday, check it out. Oh, God, I think I'm already booked. You better keep those fingers crossed. I sent an email, then Etsy, Staples, and Samsung found me. Ah! Oh, no. At least Calvin removed his tail from my keyboard. Yeah, typing around cats is a thing. Is it sad that I match the little furry thing's moves when I sing along to Time to Do Some Sketches? Not at all. Not at all. I love that. I need to wash this keyboard from the last green room. Ew. Oh, my. I missed a good one then. Yes, Donna. Too bad. It's fun. I wonder if there's any way we could save Save that. Maybe Joe Dog or Dan would share it with me. Oh, I'm sure that Dan would share anything with you. Well, that's Dan Hollifield, the Lothario of the Appalachians. Loved by many, had by few. Women love him and men want to be him. He is the most interesting man in Appalachia. Anyway, good morning. Going to sneak away, watch morning. Really? Motivational morning? I see how you are. That's why Joe got the back seat. No, kidding. I love you, Carl. So tonight, let's do tidbits and scribbles. I tweaked my back the wrong way, so I can't do much else. Oh, no. Links for the sloth will be in Ukshug. If you don't know what Ukshug is, you should. Yay, tidbits. When you get the link, tag me so I can promote it. Unless my meeting tonight goes quickly, I'll have to catch tidbits and scribbles on the replay. Good morning, ladies and germs. And to all you people in the back, I just flew in from San Antonio, and let me tell you, my arms are tired. Hi, Grant. How'd Beowulf do? And the next common answer was fully funded last night. Woohoo! Congrats on Green Grant. Congrats. I want to thank everybody who's mentioned it, backed it, or shared it. Thanks, Joe. And yeah, I'm really, really excited about that. Now, I operate on what we call bill paid broke. Bills paid broke. This is something people need to learn very early on. Because if you operate on the concept of bills paid broke, you don't end up in actual broke. This is why I don't always get to do the fun things I want. This is why, I have to inch my way along. But bills paid broke means the money that needs to go places has gone its places. The money that's not supposed to be touched isn't touched. You've got food in your cabinets, but you can't go out spending it on stupid stuff. It's not fun, but that is the way you succeed. And it's shameful that we don't teach that more. Whoa, I spoke Grant's name and he appeared. I'm magical. He's fabulous. Get the spirit fingers in there. Ta-da! Okay, tries to conjure Sarah. Okay, you need 5 black candles, coffee, and some limited edition comic books. Then about 5 lengths of 6-foot soft rope. And that should be enough on the right, depending on Moonface, to summon Sarah. Okay. Awesome, Grant. Lambada gerbils. No, wait. Foxtrot guinea pigs? Come on, dancing rodent. Conga rats. Nice. Nice, Richie. Thanks, Rich. And yes, everyone's congratulating Grant. And this is important. We need to celebrate our victories and each other's victories because Grant works so hard on Beowulf. And so many people work so hard plugging it around and sharing it and getting the notification. And of course, the people who paid for it are incredible. We love you guys. So that is awesome. Angie and I were going to have lunch out to celebrate, but it's kind of rainy and gross. Thanks, Don. So the storms took out my old greenhouse and apparently deflated my front tire. Fun stuff. It was insane. There was enough lightning that I thought I woke up late when my machine went out, and it, not having air to breathe tends to jolt me awake. So I was running around 4:00, and it's bright as afternoon, and the whole sky's rumbling. No, I did not open the window. I would probably enjoyed it, but I was trying to get the computers unplugged and get back to sleep because we were having the strobe effect. If it flashed anymore, we would have had a rave and a bunch of German people going. Front tire 2, WTH, I suspect a leak. Yep, the tire probably has a slow leak, but that much pressure change can do weird things with tires. Yes, folks, Carl, you might want to check front tire side of our van. Oh, Koepp. Yep, everybody check your tires. Check your oil. We're getting on a fall festival and convention season. I met somebody else named Caleb. I think she spelled it different. Ah, here we are. Finally, some recognition. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. How you doing? I know your coffee's hot because Carl just made it for you. Isn't it a lovely morning? I hope everything's going good. I don't mourn the passing of summer. I hate the heat. I love the heat when I can swim. Because I recently had to explain. I use swim and snorkeling interchangeably. If I am swimming, I'm not I'm under the water, I'm looking at fish, I'm looking at whatever's down there, kind of exploring, zero level adventures. Only coming up for air if I don't have a good my snork mask where it's full mask, the big thing. Or I'm using the little tiny ones because I'm planning to dive deep. But, put myself in some duck feet fins and just go. That's heaven for me. That's like hedonistic joy because it's one of the few times I'm not actively serving or working for anybody else. I'm just being. And with everything wrong, the support of the water is great. But getting into a bleached bathtub of considerable size doesn't usually have the same appeal to me. What happens in the back seat stays in the back seat. Yeah, Joe, I love you. Yeah, you're special, and we love you. Have to order me. We had to order more books for FezCon, especially Donna's books. Excellent. I'm going to have to take stock of what I have because my orders have been scrambled, as I talked about, and I'll have what I have to sell. And then I'll have to do a big order for RegionCon in April. Can I ever just retire again? No. Look, you went indie. Once you've gone indie, you don't get to retire. You have to chase your dreams. That's how it goes. Because if you quit, other people will quit. And the next thing you know, nobody's doing anything. So no. We refuse. We rebuke you, Carl. Morning, everyone. Morning, Blue Teddy Narrations. I hope you're doing well. And I got another comment done, so we'll take a second. And I see why. Hey, Blue Teddy. Everybody's great in Blue Teddy. Accountability. Coding tutorials for Flutter/Dart are still being worked on. I still plan to update all apps after finish. Then I'll be working on finding a game engine tutorial. Yes. Because Joe's going to help see that a couple dreams happen. And I appreciate all the people who are helping me go through the amazing my creative bucket list and what if I can't do it, I want to be part of. And Joe's just you're a beast. You're one of the best friends a guy could have, Joe, and I love you. Short version, all apps updated by spring 2023. First 2D game hopefully by spring 2024. Yes, Fat Guy Happy Dance. I am more. Okay. Hi, Teddy. Teddy's getting greeted. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, Cindy Cap. Now, Cindy Cap also got Stellari funded. So let's give her the love she needs.
Author Cindy Koepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Koepp at CKOEPP.com today.
That's right. Cindy Koepp is creating so much, including games to go along with her wonderful books and comics and novels and stories. She's just a beast, and that's what I love. I love seeing these incredible creatives just out there creating fearlessly, going boldly into that. Oh, you don't want me to go into the villain arc. Demons run when a good man goes to war. Oh, I know, Joe. I know. That's why you're one of my best friends. We understand that we're each other's fail-safes. You need some big stompy robots wielding simple spears, fighting axes, and simple swords, fighting axes, and simple spears. Hit me up. Hit me up. On Amazon.com/Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert. Thank you, Cindy. And tune into the Historical Fencing Guild Friday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, to see cursed swords and other weirdness. Yes, I mentioned that very early. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun going through that. I am genuinely afraid of what my beloved friends and family are going to inflict upon me, because I do not look at the folder ahead of time. And do you need neuroses? You can get it here at Amazon.com/Amy Hale. And Nazis get a slug to the mug. Smashwords, books, book search Brian K. Morris. Then go over here and find out how to make Amazon reviews made less impossible. Brian K. Morris on Amazon. Stellari actually made its funding goal in the last 2 hours. Yes! Hit it, guys. That means we got 2 on here that just funded. Do you guys get how awesome that is? Yes, that's what we want. And what's this? My man, Johnny freaking Cage, coming in with the Indiegogo projects for Frog G, Voodoo Gods and Magic. It is live, folks. Frog G's comic looks amazing. The story of Frog G is it's just really neat if you want delightfully bizarre, safe. It's safe for everybody. It's not a kid's book, but it's safe for everybody, if that makes sense. Unless you have a problem with like some depiction of monsters. But it is a really great book. And at least part of the money goes to a really great guy, because Frog G's done so much for so many. And I just want to see how well that goes. So hit that link, check out that project, get your rewards. Do you need fun sci-fi anthologies? Go here. BearPublications.com and City Screen Grat. Roll Cruise. Zart on your coffee and mugs. Bear Publication. Hello, Johnny. Sup. Yeah. Hit it. Comics related madness, that'd be Pops Van Zant's channel. Good morning, Johnny. I like to check my oil. Every time I do, there's a soldier there saying they need it for democracy or something. Well, just think about it. If the world switches to electrics, the United States won't have to invade sandy countries anymore. I should not have said that. It was funny. Royal Cruise does all kinds of fun art for Animal Eye and Kali at artstation.com/Royal Cruise. You can get Royal art, custom art done on his Subscribe Star at /Royal Cruise. Chase My Dreams. I already caught those suckers and beat the carp out of them. No carp for you. Bam. I love the goldfishes because they're so delicious. All right. Do you need advice for caregivers? How about a detailed description of the Book of Job and its practical impact on those who help folks. Amazon.com, Victoria Adams. I've actually been putting off getting that book because it's so close to home, but I think I may need to soon. And not all trolls are trouble. www.amazon.com, SL Roland. Okay. And Glenn B. Fleming. Hi, Nick. Won't be with you today. Buying my queen. See you soon. Buying my queen. I wonder if that's burying. And it's a typo. I'm not sure. Yeah. It's burying. Understood. You and the British people, of course, have our deepest condolences. And I'm not even gonna. Yeah, we're just gonna keep walking because there is such a thing as bad form that a lot of people don't get. Even if you disagree with something, there's no reason to be rude. Hey, Johnny, custom toys and websites at Victor's. Okay. The greetings to Glenn. Hey. Ooh, okay. Are we done? Almost. Been working on a new dice bag pattern for chainmail, getting my topics in place for Werewolf Legends Myths book. Set yourself a deadline. Set yourself a deadline and get it done by then. Deadlines are important things. This weekend, Des Moines Quad Comic Con, September 24th and 25th. I'll be there with Dragons, a limited number of glow-in-the-dark stuff at quadcitycon.com, and starting art for vintage cartooniness. Cindy's gotten through her links pretty easy. Well, as the year's gone on, we've gotten through more of the conventions, too. A lot of my writing time the past week was going... a lot of my writing time past couple weeks was going to this past Friday, taking a few days off from words to get into things that I can zone and zen. I understand. Thoughts are with our UK and British friends today. Break ended. Bummer. Don't forget to tip your hosts. And yes, if you wish to tip me, paypal.me/Nicholas Tockert. And honestly, I'd love to know if that's working because I haven't gotten any yet. Okay. Oh, Glenn, you're fine. Take care of what you need to do. I typo worse when I'm grieving too. I think I'm going to offer editing services to Rich for the Werewolf book. Contact me later. Very cheap. That would be very kind of you. And it looks like we're good for a moment. So let's talk about some there goes that retirement again. Yeah, see, we got to keep popping. I have several projects I have to work on. I want to do the guide to campaign creation for RPGs. So I want to do that as a video series. I don't know if I'm going to let that impose as part of an addendum to the Wednesday show or not. I'm not sure. But I owe that to some people. Although I'm really tempted to make that a limited edition Patreon exclusive for a while. Not sure. It's a little off topic, but you guys tell me what you think about that. I'm also still working on the Wu-Tang homage piece for the art show in October that I need to get done so I can get it either shipped or delivered to my friend Sterling's place, which, let me see, I haven't done Sterling's video in quite a while, so I'm going to run Sterling's.
Hello, my name is Sterling Freeman, and I'm from Crown Point, Indiana. like going outside and hanging out with friends, I built Gundams, and I built a lot of Gundams. I was into Transformers, I was into Zoids. If you can build it, I liked it. I got into art by being around people who were also into art. My mom was an artist. My dad was also somebody who did a bunch of art stuff, but my main love for art came from middle school and high school because I had a bunch of teachers around me that were very interested in showing us how to use different things, and that's when I got into watercolor.
Well, didn't have as much time as I thought I did. Should have run a longer video. That's okay. But yeah, Sterling's a wonderful artist, creator, one heck of a tattooist, and his gorgeous ink studio is where I'll be submitting a image. I'm just trying to figure out the format for how I want to do it, and that means you guys are going to get some new, slightly more urban, more traditional isn't the right flow, but a little different art than what I've been doing. It's a good palette cleanser. Speaking of palette cleansers and different things, I want to put a shout out to Mike Jimmy. He's not here yet, but I feel like showing it, so here you go. And follow Mike Jimmy Lorsha DeBron on YouTube to get his animation experiences. He's learning how to animate through Koepp Studio Paint as he does this project, and he's learning the techniques of lip syncing. It's a neat way. Watching someone else go through the steps of learning is a great way to learn it yourself, because it's not merely being presented. You can see him make mistakes, see him try things. And frankly, Mike Jimmy's just a wonderful presenter, so you should really look up and follow his stuff. Richie says, deadline was set for April 22nd to have it ready to go to editors unless I can amass enough per continent. Then I'll have several smaller releases than the omnibus at the end. That's how I would go. That way you're getting accomplishments done. Let's see. Carl says I would do it by continent, stretch it out, make a series, make the most of it. Absolutely. This is lycanthropy is a huge subject. Hi, Mike Jimmy. I literally just ran your finished video on Life on Koepp. I must have summoned you up. That's such amazing work. I can't wait to see the rest of it. And thank you again for making my dream of having voiced a cartoon possible. You rule, Mike Jimmy. And I've asked people to subscribe to his channel right there. I'm going to ask again. And while I'm asking people to subscribe, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this, because your likes are what let the net keep going and let me keep sharing this, because I'm all about helping creators. Now, and Mike Jimmy says, haha, came in the door and grabbed the bite. Alrighty. Oh, learn one, do one, teach one. You see things from different angles and learn a lot from the questions you get asked. Absolutely. And we're greeting Mike Jimmy as he comes through the door. Now, I'm sorry, the weather changes give me an incredible headache if I don't chew gum while the pressure fronts are going through. So sorry about that. But, and everybody, more greetings. That's wonderful. I'd like a question, because Mike Jimmy's tool of choice is very much Koepp Studio Paint. He's doing amazing things in it. I am learning it, but it kind of is arguing with my computer right now. So, well, Koepp Studio Paint isn't, my tablet is. But What are your favorite tools that make your creation easier? I get this question a lot because a lot of people get caught up in the tools. What pens do you use? What writing tablets? Are there systems that you use? I would like to know. Some people use like a focus mode where they turn off and all they can do is write so that they don't uh, get distracted. Some people have to have music. What is your like secret? Because I'm going to be Thursday talking about that with Luke Stone. Also, Thursday is the start of one of my favorite holidays, largely because I was responsible for its birth. Leafy Moss. I will be talking about that Friday. That way, you guys are curious, but be sure to go through your writings. I want to make this a very good year for Leafy Mouse. Okay, something cool is coming down the pipe. But beyond that, let's see. Oh, Mike Jimmy, I just got a logo commission from a con I did 2 months ago. I love those because using rights means more cash. Absolutely. I love that. I haven't gotten a lot of rights stuff. I get I have a couple contracts where basically I split. You know, I'll give you behind the scenes. With people that I'm going to be doing a lot of work with, I prefer to have a contract, you know, with anybody I do work with. But when I'm doing like a one and done kind of scenario, like, okay, I'm going to give you the mechanics. We set up, you know, first the rights for this is the system I built. And then usually there's an addendum for how much work I'm going to have to put into making it adapt. Now, if you want me to build a system from scratch for you, that could get worse. But you know that, and then it's one and done with options. Sometimes folks like Telepathic Bunny did mention if they do really well, I may get an additional kickback for the Writer's Rule project. There's a floating understanding that I may do more stuff for Jody McVie, depending on how things work out. And I've been, giving him review because he's a friend and he's a friend of the channel. And, more advice on formatting that's beyond my contractual obligation, but I always try to meet that. Now with Luke Stone, we have a going 50-50 kind of contract on the games I make for him for his worlds, and then it will be a little different if it's a game where I'm using my lore and my mechanics. That's floating out there. We're going to talk on that, but because I like 50-50. I like if I create and you make it happen. A 50-50 spread usually keeps people both motivated to produce and not a lot of hurt feelings. I don't know if that's the best way to do business, but that's how I'm doing it right now. Michaela says, I have to have instrumental music playing in the background, but quietly. Then I can get into writing. Yeah, I love, whenever I'm doing anything, I have a couple channels. Obviously, Lo-Fi Girl is, a wonderful mid-level motivational writing if I'm in that mood. I believe it's called Cafe Backgrounds. There's a bunch of coffee shop themed ones that I really like because they'll add the murmur of people talking, and it starts to feel like it did when I was doing my writing in either, actually the PNC cafeteria, and you're doing your papers and you can hear people muttering, and it's very comfortable. Now, yeah, and this is a good point. Blue Teddy says any background noise is fine for art, but instrumental only for writing. Otherwise, my brain gets confused. Exactly. And it depends on what I'm writing. I'm all about the theme. So if I'm writing something spooky, I'll turn on some ambient, spooky noise, spooky music, and just kind of let the chills flow through me. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's amazing, and that's one of those that helps keep me going. Just waiting to hear back from an author for the back cover blurb to get her book cover done. Just saying. Carl isn't suddenly calling out one of y'all who hasn't sent him the back cover. I don't know who he is, but Carl decided he's going to pull on his big boy pants and dom somebody. Let's see. 50 for 50 only works if everyone involved knows it'll make money and the workload is shared between both parties. Exactly. That's a I trust you, and I have done this. And usually the people I trust are also the ones that handle that. I do my part, they do their part, and usually they're handling the income and the disbursement because I trust them. And I trust that the product, that's usually this is going to be something that we're going to work on and revisit and probably tweak. That's kind of how Hybrids is set up, The RPG stuff, we're planning to do more. Now, I also do, it's my engine. So, like, I'll have a licensing fee. I have a flat rate of a $250 currently licensing fee that basically says if I'm making you a game that's compatible with the base plus 2 engine, I get $250 off on the start for doing it, and then we discuss how I'm going to get, whatever else. And I always have a deadline, have an end date. I will be done by this. There are 2 reasons for it. On one end, having an end date where this is completed will keep you, and I've had to learn this the hard way, from having, what I call the endless project. The endless project is you've gotten paid. You've done your part, but you start getting the uncle from Jackie Chan. Hey, Nick, I want to change this to this. And one more thing. And one more thing. And if you don't have an ongoing contract, your time is not getting reimbursed. So that's why I do things that way. The other thing is I've had way too many people. I'm not doing free game design. I'm not doing volunteer game design. I'm not doing open source game design right now. I work too hard on it not to make some money. And that seems a little gauche. And I've had people, message me, Nick, why are you talking about doing your stuff out like that? Or, you're talking about contract over a live stream. Everyone gets to hear it. Yeah. I do that because then I can say, I have my product. I back up everything I create. I share everything with the client, usually through a private Google Docs folder. That way, folks can see. They have access to it. I have access to it. I have a backup. That way, if somebody deletes it, because I got burnt once in college. I did 100 pieces of art for a video game. They were going to do pixels, but they wanted the concept art. So I did 100 pieces of concept art, and they got it all, deleted everything, and just disappeared. I got ripped hard. I've never been ripped for money, but I have been ripped for product. And since then, I back up everything. I keep it where I have access to it, and it goes, because I don't don't want that to ever happen again. It's a horrible feeling. So yeah, that also prevents triangulation. Beware people. One thing I've watched a lot of scams come through who want you to only do business through them. You can only meet and talk to people through them. That's dangerous, guys. But when I talk tools, Google Docs is great because you can collaborate. It does zap your RAM, but Chrome zaps your RAM. Google Docs can zap your RAM. Google Drive, again, it's just an incredible tool. That's what I use. The open access stuff just makes things better. So that's some of the tools I'm using digitally. I do a lot of writing in Google Docs. My art programs right now, I'm learning Clip Studio Paint. So when I want to do something fancy, I do that. When I want to do something simple or more, if I said graphic instead of illustration, does that make sense? I'll go back into Paint Shop, not Paint Shop Pro. That was my old baby. Paint Shop Pro 3 was where I lived. But paint.net. And if you want to learn the absolute basics of how to deal with layers and computer illustration, paint.net is a wonderful, wonderful app. They don't pay me, but paint.net, if you ever want to sponsor me, hashtag not sponsored, but should be. Now, let's see the comments because I've been prattling for a bit. I like those too, Nick. The Rainy Coffee House videos are excellent. Recently, though, I've had to work with birds and squirrels videos. I think you need to renegotiate with your co-star there, your fluffy co-star. LMAO, Carl. Joe says, I tend to use instrumentals when writing code. I just have to watch which channels I use because if they're just instrumental versions of songs I know, I'll start focusing on the lyrics in the music. I totally get that. That's why, again, I love coffee shop. Now, if I'm doing art, I am a huge fan of, and you're hearing the bottle that's under my foot. There's a plastic bottle that I'm using as a roller under my foot to fidget with. So I'm sorry if that noise comes through. But it's called Electro Swing. And there are a lot of channels that have it. They usually have some kind of anime character on the screen while it's playing. And it's basically a technofied version of swing music. If you want something that's upbeat and really kind of fun driving, a lot of that stuff is great for just getting the art done. I can't remember. I think it's XEX Fox, something like that. It's one of the better channels. And then they have like Chip Hop and other things for when you really want to kind of go with it. When I'm doing basic stuff, Bossa Nova is where I live as a default. And like I said, I have a couple channels that will play Bossa Nova. When I just want to chill and work on anything, smooth jazz late at night is good for the soul. So if I'm up creating late at night, I'm switching over to that. A lot of it is making sure that not just it either fits the project energy or it fits the mood, like the situation. I have night music. I have kind of music I listen to when I'm up at late at night, and it doesn't feel right in the daytime. It's sort of like going to a Denny's in the afternoon. Doesn't quite feel the same as when you go at about 10 o'clock at night. Let's see. Let me go here, and we'll do that. When I'm writing, music is good. Instrumentals are better if I'm trying to do dialogue. No matter what creative outlet, I want something that doesn't draw me in, and I spend more time listening or watching. That's a good way to do it. Very clear, concise, and open. I'm assuming he's talking about my business approach, but it could be the way to handle music too. I should get that to you by end of day. Hold me to it. That's right. Michaela Jade is bound to her contract with Carl. The ramifications if she doesn't make it would be most dire. Bum, bum, bum. Keep it short, not like a mutual friend who puts a novel on the back. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's see. We got comment dump. Hey, Mike Jimmy. I love film scores when I'm writing. You can get the right mood yourself if you're really into the scene. Absolutely. You want to write a fight scene, get get epic fight music. Just look that up and you can get some great stuff. If you want dark, soulful stuff, especially for fantasy, if you're writing fantasy and you want some stuff that just kind of gives you that Tolkien hit, I think it's De Cava Mundi. They have an a cappella version of Durin's Day, where, you know, if you like the way the dwarves sang in Lord of the Rings, you'll love this stuff. Blue Teddy, I like the library ambiance ones too. Mostly like page turning and scratchy pen paper noises. And the one with rain mixed in on it. Absolutely. I have to be careful with the rain though. Because I sleep with a rain noise generator. And that's because when I was working the random shifts, and I never really knew when I was working, because it wasn't intended to be swing shift. I was working with special needs people, and there were two distinct reasons why you couldn't fall asleep. One, it was considered, you know, a fireable offense, no warning, no nothing if you got caught. And two, it could be dangerous because I worked with the clients, so with behavioral clients. So if you fell asleep, you could wake up dead. And I'm not being facetious about it. So my insomnia tripled down to where I had to teach myself basically the Pavlovian response that if I have the rain noise generator going, it's safe. I can sleep. If not, it's not safe. That's why I pop right up whenever the power goes out. Things like that. And oh, yes, those are good. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Radio Retro Future. I can't wait to see how your new projects are going. He just did a wonderful, Bonser just did a wonderful release on his basically omnibus of his Beginner's Guide to Steampunk. And that was a really great project. I'm going to do his commercial.
Greetings, fellow traveler. I am Dankard Lexicon. You're either here because somebody directed you here, or because of the strange currents inside the algorithm. In either case, welcome to Radio Retro Future, where we talk about steampunk and other forms of retrofuturism in pop culture. What is steampunk? Well, I'm glad you asked. Steampunk is a combination of science fiction and alternate history, wrapped in a delicious dough of Victorian pulp fiction and modern-day pop culture tropes. You still want to know more? Go check out our ongoing Steampunk Beginner's Guide, the series which explores the genre, aesthetic and culture. Or you can check out the community's musicians, inner teledrama, steampunk music for Fallout. Yes, a actual steampunk-themed radio station for the game Fallout 4 that is part of the mod Old World Radio 2. Or you can check out the Radio Retro Future podcast, where we have interviews with writers and other types of creators within the international community. On our second channel, the Retro Future Research Foundation, on the other hand, we have story videos like Tales of the SCP Foundation, readings of Lovecraft and related writers, lore explanation, and hopefully our very own narrated series of our original short stories called The Association of Ishtar. If you can't wait for the narrations, you can read The Association of Ishtar by following the link down below. That is what we do in a nutshell, and if you want to get involved, join our Discord community where stuff happens. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bid you adieu. And as always, make things your way.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite ads of all time. It's just great fun. I will be doing some ad work myself in the near future. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to lay it out, and I may be using StreamYard as part of my processing tool. I'm not studio yet. I'm not real well. Let's see. Oh, thinking of turning our upcoming comic into a web comic as well. Could you recommend anyone to help me with the website? I haven't done much in web comics, but what I'd recommend, I don't know. And yes, shock, gasp, horror, I don't know is a valid answer. I wish more people online remembered those three little words. Please hop on Thursday when I'm with Luke Stone. We're going to be talking about the mechanical tools we use to create. And that is a great question for that, for webcomic. Now, I will say Clip Studio Paint has some wonderful options for formatting into a webcomic that Mike Jimmy might be able to tell you about. I don't think he can set it up for you, but he might be able to tell you how you can do it yourself. And other than that, we'll see. Now, Joe's gone, and Carl has said, just in case, everyone have a great day. And let me look at my banners, because I mean my brand section. I have a few. Oh, I need to run Voodoo Frog G's thing. So I'm going to run Frog G's because he is actually live with this campaign.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this at all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
Yep, Frog G's comic looks incredible. Insane, but incredible. And I'm seeing a lot of people drop off in my watcher feed. So please, before you leave, like, share, and subscribe. I do want to remind folks that you can still get
Welcome to Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. The epic remaster of the original Trash Day arc is now being collected in a standard trade paperback. With more story, more art, and behind-the-scenes information, this book is the way creator Luke Stone intended the story to be told. This special Arrow Comics Remastered edition is full of energy and excitement. Critically acclaimed and one of independent comics' favourite teen books, you are sure to find yourself lost in this expansive universe. So, secure your copy today in this crowd-funded group buy. Once the funds are collected, the books will be sent off to print and delivered post-haste. Luke and the Arrow Comics team have a perfect record of fulfillment. You can pledge with confidence.
Yeah, folks, Luke has an amazing, it's just an amazing project. It's an amazing way we did it. And I can't wait to see more coming from Luke. He's doing cons now. It's just a wonderful time. So, you know what, guys? We're going to call it at hour 4. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Please support my numerous wonderful people. And I'll be back Wednesday with more. And we'll see you for another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore.